Okay, this Hangout is live, Lady Ada.
Bam!
What is this? What's going on?
This is our weekly show and tell. There's like a flash flood going on in New York, so if we suddenly cut out, it's because everything flooded and we're drowning. We should get a water sensor going on here. Maybe we'll show that off later.
If we only had an open source phone platform that could alert us if there was a leak or something. Oh, you're working on that.
I know.
Okay.
Well, but this is about the fine viewers that have showed up with their great projects. We got some people who are here. More people will, of course, appear in progress.
Yep.
Let's do this thing. We're going to do
Okay.
Tony, Noah, Lois, Brian, C. Scott.
First up is Tony. He's on Team Adafruit. Tony, what you working on this week?
Hey, yeah, so I've got a couple things to show. One of them is the LED backpack that I've gotten working with the Raspberry Pi. So I'll show you real quickly a little demo. And these are really cool displays. So they're real nice, bright, beautiful LEDs. And you can see a whole bunch of things going on here. So lots of blinking. You probably couldn't take this on a plane without someone getting a little worried. So there's 5 different displays. There's a 7-segment, a bar graph, the bicolor matrix, and then a couple of the normal 8x8 matrices. And it's all connected to just a Raspberry Pi. Pretty straightforward. It uses I2C to communicate. And so this is a Python library that I'm working on and just about finished up and ready to publish probably the end of this week. There's a 14-segment display that I still need to finish up there. So it's pretty slick. It's nice that you can use all these devices really easily in Python code. It's a real simple driver chip that powers it. And then the second thing.
So the driver chip is so simplistic. It's literally like you don't even read data from it. You just like send it what you want to display.
Throw the memory, throw some bits at it, and it's happy. So the second thing is kind of the new fun gadget. So this is a Fona, and I've got it hooked up to a BeagleBone Black, and we'll do a quick little demo here. So the Fona works really well for just talking to a device over a serial connection. So I have a serial UART that the Fona is talking to, and I will demo. So we'll send a text message, and I have a SIM in here that I got from Walmart. I guess I just showed everyone my code, so if you get my phone, you can log into it.
What I like about this project is we know this is the first time this has ever been done because you have Fona number 2.
Oh, there we go. Excellent.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I will send it a hello world. Let's see. I'll say hello world. And what it should do. Okay, so I just sent it. It should speak the SMS when it receives it. Hopefully in a second here.
SMS message received.
Oh.
Hello world.
There we go. Kind of robotic.
Yay! That was fast SMSing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty quick, and it works really well. So it's a really neat little chip. I ran through all the Arduino sketch examples with it, and it works really well. Like you can, I didn't try any of the calls. I don't have a microphone yet, but you can use like the FM radio. You can send SMS messages. So it's a great little chip. And the other thing, real quick too, if folks that get the Fona, this was what I used for my SIM. You can get this at Walmart. You just need any T-Mobile device, and this one worked pretty well. It's about $25 for the SIM card, and then the service is about $30 a month for unlimited, and it's all prepaid. There's no contract, which is nice. So.
Okay.
Yeah, T-Mobile is the only. I'll have to write an article back. It's really interesting because AT&T used to have a 2G network, and then when they tried to merge with T-Mobile, if you remember that was a couple years ago, they said if you don't let us merge, one of the things we're going to shut down our 2G network. That was kind of like their punishment.
Oh, ouch.
So yeah, they said, well, you didn't let us merge. The government, you didn't let us merge. We're shutting down the network. So now T-Mobile has to keep the network up because it's the only 2G network in America.
Wow.
And like they can't. I don't believe they're actually legally permitted to shut it down because like so many phones depend on 2G still. Anyways, interesting stuff. Thanks for the demos. This is like a demo factory.
Yeah. All right. Next up, it's going to be Noah and Pedro checking in this week. Noah and Pedro also on the Adafruit team. What do you guys have?
Hey guys, just want to say awesome, Tony. Awesome work.
Okay, sorry. Sort of banana phone, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Oh no, don't worry. You guys are about to have like 50 phone projects come your way. So
we're gonna make the coolest little mini phones.
Yeah.
Great.
Anything that's been posted online that's an STL can now be a telephone.
Yeah.
Ada telephone. Okay.
Yeah.
This week we're happy to release the DIY Pi Girl, which
Yay!
is
Everybody clap. This was a long project in the making.
Yeah. So it's powered by a Raspberry Pi, and it's for the screen it's using a Pi Mini TFT screen, and the controls are actually hacked from the SNES controllers that we carry in the shop. And to power this guy, we have a 2200 lithium cylindrical battery, and we also are using the Power Boost 500 to give it proper power. And there's also a mini LiPo charger, so you can charge the 2200 amp battery. It's just a two-piece design. It's all fastened together with machine screws, and it's about like a weekend project. And I built like 4 of them, and it's like the hardest thing is to like pick a color that you really like.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right, black, blue, and you guys sent me a pink one. Thank you. This is the final design. This is one of the most fun projects that we built. And what's cool is that this was a hard project. This was a month in the making. I actually had to design the Power Boost for this. So I was like, oh man, I have to make it portable. If it's not portable, like, what fun is it? So they had to, you guys had to wait. But I think it's worth it. I think having it be truly portable is worthwhile. And it looks great, and it plays great.
It really does. It really kind of brings back that nostalgic feeling.
Yeah, just playing it, totally retro feeling. Just being able to, run around in Mario, kick a turtle, pick it up, go around, get some, star. It's just feels, just so
I'll tell you my favorite part about this project, because let's assume all of us are the same age, I hope. But let's if you've had one of these, if you had a Game Boy like this when you were younger, when they first came out, imagine telling that kid, hey, don't worry, one day you're going to make one with a 3D printer and this low-cost computer, and then you're going to show it online with like HD video and all this stuff. It would sound crazy.
Yeah, hopefully we'll also get some more emulators running on the Cupcade. We have MAME and NES, but maybe we can also get Game Boy so you can play original Pokemon, and also maybe like a Sega game, some other emulator working.
Yeah.
And because that's the fun part, is you can actually play MAME games on this, because it's just a Raspberry Pi. So this is cool, like truly open source, portable game playing machine. So what's up for next week? What are you guys working on?
We're kind of
debating. I think
debating
we got
between two projects.
We got
Slider.
we're testing out the TAS. We're starting to print out all our stuff
great.
like the super size. So one of the first Hello World type prints that we like to do is like the iPad. So
that's
a full
great.
iPad that we can never print before. We had to like split it up in different
Yeah.
pieces. Like in comparison to like a mini, the bed is so much bigger, and you have so much more room to spare too. So supersizing things, making helmets, more wearable stuff, combining Ninja Flex and ABS. So a lot of neat stuff we're working on, testing.
Yeah. Tonight we're going to show your video that is on, and it has the 3D printed jewelry. So
Very nice.
yeah, this is coming on tonight, and then next week we're going to have the Pi Girl video. So okay. Great showing, Noah and Pedro.
Yeah, tomorrow the Pygo video's coming out, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Turtles Live. So
All
start
right.
taking a look.
Next up,
All right.
Lewis. Hello, Lewis. Show us your project.
Hey, how are you guys doing? So,
Good. Welcome back.
So I don't know if you've seen, but in a recent iPhone commercial, they launched a group of model rockets with a phone, and I'm like, that is so cool. So I decided to make my own from scratch because I couldn't find how they did it. So I'm gonna go over.
Apple doesn't post.
Apple
doesn't post tutorials.
It was fake.
Yeah, no kidding. So I'm just using right now a cardboard model rocket from like a hobby store, and that used the gunpowder engine. And then for the brains of it, I've got a Raspberry Pi with a Wi-Fi adapter, and then it also plugs into a USB battery, but right now it's on wall power, so it doesn't run out. And then I tried making a relay board, but I needed a transistor to get more current into the relay board, so I just decided to use this 8-channel one I had laying around. So I'll show you. So right now so there's a 9-volt battery that's connected to it, and then eventually it'll trigger the model rocket, but since I'm downstairs, I don't really want to trigger a rocket because that'd be bad.
Bad.
Yeah, so I'll just show you with my multimeter. When I press launch,
3, 2, 1.
9 volts. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Okay, so when are you gonna do the maiden voyage? When is the?
Hopefully this weekend.
Okay. Good weekend to do it. It's 4th of July, so the rockets will blend in. All right. Well, take some footage, and this will be maybe one of the first show and tell stickers launched to space. I don't know.
This is super exciting.
And I'll have more info on the next episode of my Make It Great video series with Make Magazine.
That's right. Everyone should watch that.
Watch all
Lewis
the videos.
has an excellent series.
You have your own show.
And of course, Lewis, send an email to support@adafruit.com. You get an as seen on the show and tell sticker.
Yeah.
You'll need it after you blow up that one.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Next up is Brian. Hello, Brian. How's it going?
Hello, good evening. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Hey.
What you got?
Okay. In ham radio, there's a digital. It's usually used for digital voice mode. It's called D-Star.
Mm-hmm.
It's designed around internet linking. And in the car, I have, I sometimes have a setup in there for a mobile hotspot for that. I'm working on redoing the hardware, basing it around a Raspberry Pi, and I'm also working on a wireless heads-up display for it. So this is usually in the floorboard of the back seat.
Yeah.
And this
Oh, wow.
is the prototype circuit for the display.
Neat.
So
And it's,
yeah. So what is this? Where is it getting the data from for the display?
right now, well, it's getting it over an XB wireless link.
Okay.
And right now, I'm still working on the software that controls it. So right now, I'm just sending in commands in a loop.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And then it's cycling through the colors. And then how will this connect up with that? Was it DX? You said what is
D-Star.
D-Star? How will that connect up to? So it goes that XB to the computer and then D-Star after that?
Well, I'll be writing my own software to basically interpret what the D-Star software spits out as far as what calls are coming in
Yeah.
Mhm.
and whatever I'm calling out, and it will display that information on the character display here.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
So it'll go from D-Star to probably the XB, and then the display afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. The software that I write that I'm still working on will be the one that interprets and determines what to display,
Yeah.
and the display commands get sent over the XB, and then I've got an 18 mega chip here that actually drives the display in the LED.
Yeah. That's cool, and you can put it anywhere because it's wireless.
It's totally wireless and battery powered. What's your call sign?
WB4ES.
Okay.
Okay.
That's how you know he's a real ham.
Yeah. When you're this is a cool project. When you're finished with it, are you going to post up a little tutorial or like a something somewhere?
I'm not sure. I'm thinking about taking the source code for the Linux program and the Arduino sketch and the board layout. I've got a board on order from Oshmark. I'm thinking about posting those maybe online somewhere.
Oh, great. You might even be able to sell a kit on Tindy, or who knows. I think there's people that would want this.
For people who have they have a D-Star receiver, this could be very handy.
It could be, yeah.
All right, thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much, Ryan.
It's nice to have ham radio projects because we don't get them as often, but they're really cool.
When they come in, they're great.
Yeah, when they come in, they're really technical and detailed, and I'm like, that's a very interesting and useful product.
So email support@adafruit.com and you get an as seen on the show and tell sticker. There's plenty of room for it on that breadboard.
All right.
Well, I think there'll be plenty of room on it for the closure as well once I get it all put together.
Okay. Yeah, come back and show us the completed project when it's done.
Next up is but can we go for a second to Roberto and look at his lizard? Look at this beautiful lizard.
Yeah.
Okay. Enough lizard.
See, cats were so last year. Now it's all about lizards.
Now it's all about lizards.
All right, we're gonna get to you, Roberto, in just a minute. We're gonna go to C. Scott. C. Scott, show us your project. Welcome back.
Hey, C. Scott.
Hello. You've seen what I've done with the 4-voice Croby-X. I'm starting on, Exhibit A. My favorite synthesizer of all time is this machine in the back. This is the Blade Runner machine. This is a Yamaha CS80. This is what Vangelis used in the early 80s to make his soundtracks, along with a GS1 and a Mellotron and so forth. But that machine has 40 circuit boards in it and about 285 custom chips.
Wow.
No microprocessors. Everything's all hard-coded custom logic, and it's rather a tall order to make. Nonetheless, I've constructed the first voice card, This replaces about 9 custom chips. I just need to make 15 more of these because there are 16 voice cards in the CS80.
Oh, so it's polyphonic, but the way it does it just has like 16 voice cards.
It has 2 8-voice polyphonic sound engines, so it's bitimbral. You can select a patch on the upper bank and a patch on the lower bank and mix and balance between the two. I mean, you know, I have it connected, so you know, it's just MIDI firing notes into the sound system. But these are not. This is a voice card of the same form factor as a Krobi X because I've set all my stuff up to be able to test cards in this form factor. So I said I'll do this experimental prototype version of CS80, the rack mount version. I'm not going to do the keyboard and stuff. I'll get that in a minute anyway. But the next phase, I'm just about to send this board here. This is an 8-slot backplane with a mixer and the Portamento circuits and whatnot on it. It will also work with my Oberheim stuff, my Krobi X stuff. But I'm gonna check in here every few weeks and give you updates on what's happening.
Yeah, awesome.
This one I'm going to make programmable preset. I need to make a circuit board that has all of the sample and hold and logic storage elements so that I can tell it, you know, give me, you know, Vangelis's, you know, flute patch number 1, or give me the string patch number 2 and whatnot, so that, you know, I can get that machine in a little box without custom chips.
If there was a soundtrack for Adafruit, it would be the Blade Runner soundtrack. So anytime you want to do any extended versions that sound like Blade Runner, I'd love to talk to you about that later. Yeah. See, wouldn't that be good during Ask an Engineer? We would have that playing the entire time.
That would be cool. I want to be Pris.
All right.
Can I be Pris?
Yes, you can.
Yay!
I'll be Decker, but only if I'm an Android Decker. I know there's a lot of debate about
there's
that.
There's Android Decker.
Yeah. So, okay. Or yeah, it could be, you know, I can squeeze a dove at the end or something.
In Dallas 1982, I went to see what was called the test release of Blade Runner. It didn't have the voiceover, so when the movie came out later and I saw it back home, I'm like, what's this?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really weird.
It is different.
Why is there this voice?
All right. Well, thank you so much. You get to ask Ian on the show and tell sticker, and please come back because we're fans of.
If you collect, if you keep coming on the show and tell, you'll get 8, so you can have 1 for each voice card.
That's right.
Well, I'll work on it, but it'll be a few weeks for the next one because it takes a while to get it.
I know. These are intense words to build a test.
And stick around. Maybe you can play us out at the end after we check out this lizard project.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Roberto. How are you? I think the lizard is the microphone on the lizard or you? Yeah, you have a lot of feedback going
There's
in.
like crazy feedback.
Yeah.
Okay, I apologize. Let me see what I can do to do. I'll do one.
It's not a little bit better.
That's much better.
Yeah, there you go.
How about now?
Yep,
Yeah.
you're perfect.
Okay, guys.
You were like
So in my hand, I have a chance to introduce you to Dave, which is the water dragon that I've been doing this whole project for, and it's an remote-controlled feeder. So let me go ahead and put him in and get him ready. Plus, we have a special delivery.
Later, Dave.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention. This thing right here has your the little button presser and the FM receiver.
Okay.
And there's a little. I tried to get it to work with the trinket as much as I could, and so it has the corresponding.
I don't know what we're watching anymore here.
This is weird. It's getting weird.
All right,
Okay.
here comes the button presser. So this has a corresponding receiver on the inside, and we have a special delivery, and then my son's gonna press the A button,
Okay.
and hopefully Dave will notice that. Press it hard.
Whoa. Dave noticed.
Dave, get the food.
Okay, well apparently they're not very active, so the reptile feeds on a motion, like they have to move, but for some reason they're not moving. But yeah, I automated a feeder, and this is just a prototype. Thanks for having me.
Okay.
That's great. I wonder when the lizard doesn't obey your test commands. You have to like load the debugger for your lizard. Reboot your lizard.
Well,
the circuitry works, but the crickets aren't moving. Like if they don't move, the lizard doesn't know how to. Remember Jurassic Park? Like if you don't move, you're okay.
If you could send us some photos, Roberto, and a little brief write-up, we'll post it up on the blog, and we'd love to send you a As Seen on the Show and Tell sticker. I think this is the first time a lizard project.
This is the first DIY lizard
feeder that we've seen. This is great.
I've seen cat feeders and dog feeders, but this is the first lizard
I'm tired of cat feeders and dog feeders.
So last year.
Okay.
So 2013.
All right, and we had Ben who just came in right now. So Ben, we're going to go to you if you want to show your project real quick. Yeah. Hey, Ben.
Hello. This is my project. It is a scanner. You simply place an object on here, and there's software so you can connect to an Arduino Mega, which controls a L29 3D motor driver, which controls this, which is the X-axis platform device, and there's a webcam mounted right here, which is the Y-axis, and you can connect through baud rate. You can move it using the controls, and when it controls it, you can watch on the webcam screen to zoom in if you need more light. There's an enable LED button, which will light up an LED implanted right there. And
this is an XY-axis controlled microscope.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm just like, it's hard to see your screen, but it looks like it's zoomed in. So that what's the magnification on the microscope?
It can go up to 15x, which and it has another thing which it will multiply it 2 times higher, and so it can get pretty close. It can zoom in pretty close, so you can view like pond scum, and it's very interesting because you can see some of the life forms in there.
Oh, neat. And then you can screenshot them on your computer, which makes it so much better than like the microscopes in class, because you can't take photos very easily. This way you can actually, if you see something really cool, you want to identify it later, you take a screenshot, and then you can look up what that organism is.
Another good thing about it is it will let you, a lot of microscope things, it's very hard to move around, because you have to move the slide, and sometimes you move too far. It allows you to go in small little increments, so you don't have to worry about going too far, and you can track your organism a bunch.
And you don't touch it, so you don't get contamination from your finger too, which is really good.
That's cool.
This is great. Have you taken this into class to show like the other teachers and students?
I'm actually thinking about doing that when I get to biology. Right now, I haven't gotten to biology yet. I am going to take it next year, so I am going to show it to.
Okay, you're gonna ace biology. I'm gonna tell you right now.
You're gonna roll in with your own XY.
You're gonna be like, I came in with my own like full CNC microscope. I've never seen a CNC microscope, but it's a really good idea.
Yeah. Send a note to support@adafruit.com. If you take any photos or have anything you want to share online, let us know too. We'd love to cover it. It's a really cool project.
Another fun thing to look at is
there's one more thing. When you email support@adafruit.com, also say I'm getting a biohacking badge. Yeah, we have these cool biohacker badges. So in addition to the show and tell sticker, you get a biohacker badge.
Also, looking at money is cool because like there's micro printing.
Yeah.
So with 30x, you can look at like paper money and stuff, especially from other countries. They have like really like if you zoom in, you see like the lines are actually words. I used to do that when I was a kid.
Okay,
I got a piece of old newspaper one time. I put it under there. I actually found someone, they hid their own signature in one of the letters.
Oh, that's
on
cool.
The pen.
All
right. Check in on the lizard. Lizards going around there?
Don't know where the lizard's at.
Okay. So thank you, Tony. Thank you, Roberto. Thank you, Don Pedro. Thank you, Lois. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Benjamin. And C. Scott, can you please play us out?
Let's try.
Lizard Rush.
Oh, man.
That's good.
We should skip Baskin and Junior and just listen to this for an hour.
Yeah.
Great. That's the thing.
All right. Quite a show. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Show and tell. Thank you, everyone. Had your cool project. Don't forget, if you showed something, email support@adafruit.com and get your As Seen on the Show and Tell sticker or whatever else we promised you if you showed something else.
And post up links to your projects in the Google plus list thingy post
Okay.
sharer.
We'll see you on Ask an Engineer in 2 minutes.
Likes.